Scott, thanks for joining us. That was a pleasing evening at the Broadfield Stadium, wasn't it?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Two things that I was looking for from the game. First thing was I wanted that team to look like we're supposed to look, like a Crawley team, and I think that box was ticked definitely. And I wanted to win, so we ticked that box as well. So the task completed in my eyes. I think that it was clear that there was a bit of rust as well from one or two players, but that's to be expected because they've not played much football, certainly since pre-season, a lot of them. So I think I have to be kind with that. But I enjoyed it. I thought there's some positives from the game, obviously. I think there were some good performances. And I thought it was a really good game. I thought I just enjoyed it, yeah.
Yeah, 3 players on the score sheet that have never scored for Crawley before. So, again, it's just a great example of what this competition can provide, isn't it? Because that can give, great amounts of confidence to players.
Yeah, for sure. It's always pleasing to see defenders score as well. Rada's got 2 goals tonight, so I think that's a massive plus. Seeing Kahim score as well is a good plus as well. And obviously Lofty getting off the mark for the club. So, yeah, pleasing to see that. And I think that we maybe could have scored more. But having said that, so could they. Jojo made some unbelievable saves towards the end of the game, didn't he? So kept us in it almost. So, no, I thought it was a really good game.
Yeah, and what was also pleasing, but a bittersweet moment is, Reece Brown goes off injured, but it allows Jude Robertson to make his professional debut. So obviously we hope Reece recovers as quickly as possible. But again, another example of how good this competition is for players like Jude is that he got to come on and, got his first sort of 75 minutes as a Red.
Yeah, I think with Brown he had a migraine actually, so it's not something that we'd be concerned about moving forward. I think he suffers with them anyway. So yeah, I think he'd be okay moving forward. But yes, seeing Jude get on the pitch in a competitive game for the first time is pleasing. He's only just turned 17, so good for him, and he'll learn loads from that. So yeah, listen, I think it was a really good exercise. It's exactly what I wanted. I wanted to see goals. I wanted to see a performance where we looked like us. We held possession really well. And we've got to remember as well, like I say, these lads have not played much football. I would think that team we played against, Aston Villa, would have probably played around maybe, 10 games this season already with that group, that same group. So they probably kind of know and have a feeling about each other and what they look like as a team where, we've put a team together today it's the first time they played together in effect. So I thought we were good. I thought we were really good. I thought we dominated large parts of it. I thought Scott Malone was outstanding, building the play at the back. And it was pleasing to see him get some minutes as well.
Yeah, and the energy was really good and the fitness levels looked really impressive as well, which is important because with the nature of the season, we know at some stage we're going to get injuries and we're going to need these players to slide in when needed.
For sure. I think the fitness levels were good to a degree. I thought towards the end there was a few cramping up. But it's to be expected. Like I say, there is a bit of ring rust there from 1 or 2 that haven't played. So it is to be expected because you can't mirror what a game looks like in training. As much as we train really hard, and the boys do train hard, and we make sure that we always cover the right amount of distance Monday to Friday, but when they've not played loads of football in a competitive game, it becomes difficult. And I thought they tired towards the end. The lads, you could see there was 1 or 2 cramping up, but that's to be expected. But I'm pleased with the outcome of the game.
Thanks. What was the most pleasing aspect? Was it the fact they looked like a Scott Lindsey team?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I think, when you coach the team, or certainly the first team that have been playing, which we do, and sometimes in training we swap bodies around so everybody gets coached, as it were. And then when you see the first team play and you see actions that you've worked on in training, it's always pleasing. But equally as pleasing is when the team that haven't played so much go out and play exactly the same way. I think from a coaching point of view is great for me. I think it's really pleasing to see that. I think we built the play in the same manner. The goalkeeper had the same amount of ball as what the goalkeeper did on Saturday, and we looked assured with the ball. I think, there's a little bit of rust you know, on one or two of the players. But I think that's to be. I think that's normal with the fact that they've not played. You know.
Yeah, and you mentioned Jojo. They pulled off some great saves. What just because we haven't seen any keepers on the subs bench recently. Now, can you just explain the reasoning behind that? Was it fitness? Or
Yeah,
was
for
it...
sure. No. The reason behind it is because I gamble that we don't need one. I think that it's. You tell me the last time you saw a goalkeeper get injured. Touch wood that ain't going to happen moving forward.
Yeah.
But I think that I can't remember the last time I saw a goalkeeper get carried off or come off with an injury. We also can only have 6 on the bench based on this rule where we've got to have a homegrown player. We haven't got one at the moment. So we can only have 6 on the bench. So if I have 6 on the bench and include a goalkeeper on the bench, it only gives me 5 outfield players. I can only make 5 changes during a game anyway. So that only limits me to what I've got, if that makes sense. So I need at least one player as choice. So that's why I do it. Listen, maybe one day it might come back and bite me on the backside, but it's a gamble. I'm sure one day it will bite me on the backside. But that's what I do, and that's why I do it.
But it's reassuring that you see someone like Jojo come on and have a performance like that, isn't it?
Yeah, I thought he was good. I thought he was assured with the ball. Pleasing to see him on the pitch as well, and I thought he was unbelievable in certainly in the last 10 minutes. You know, we could have conceded 4 goals in that last 10 minutes if it weren't for Jojo, you know. And that became because of our rustiness. You know, there's a few misplaced passes, a few silly things that we did, and I think when you're fatigued, you make the wrong choice. But it's to be expected, like I say, because these boys have not played loads.
Yeah, and obviously that's 4 wins on the trot. 4 wins on the trot. 3 wins on the trot. 3 on the trot.
4 unbeaten.
4 unbeaton, 3 on the trot.
I'll take 4.
Yeah, but how important was that getting that win tonight for that momentum going into Notts County on Saturday?
It was second most important thing tonight that we won. Most important thing was the performance for me. I wanted to see it. Like I say, I wanted to see a team look like us, and we saw that. And the second most important thing was to win, because 2 reasons. Main reason being that we want to breed a winning culture here. I think that's important that it goes throughout the building, not just the boys who play in competitive League 2 games on a Saturday, but also the boys who play in these cup matches. We have to have that winning mentality, you know, and I think that's vital that we keep that going. And the second reason is because we want to remain in this competition, because, like I say, I think it's 31 professional footballers here at this club, so it's important that we continue through this tournament, and it gives us plenty of games to play, obviously. So that's why, you know, that it's important. But yeah, winning mentality is massive, you know. So yeah, we're 4 now, unbeaten. So really pleased with that.
Brilliant, thanks, Scott.
Thank you.